As we continue to sit in this posture, let us also participate in pranayam, the breathing exercise. Together we shall breathe in and out 6 times. Slowly we shall breathe in and then slowly we shall breathe out. In the process of breathing out, we shall chant Om. Together let us chant the Panch Akshara mantra, the 5 silver mantra. The syllables are Na, Ma, Shi, Va, Ya. Always begin with Om. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Let us together chant the Trayambakam mantra 3 times. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityor Mokshe Mamrita Ate. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityor Mokshe Mamrita Ate. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mokshe Mamrita Ate. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. प्रेम सुरमापति महादेव की जय. We focus our minds for the Divine Lord Krishna. Harir Naam, Harir Naam, Harir Naameva Kevalam, Karunaseva Naseva Naseva Gatiranyatha. Hare Om Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Since the beginning of time, the structure of human society has been built upon the matriarchic and patriarch concept that there is always a mother and a father. In all societies, even in the animal kingdom, in the bird kingdom, and all of God's creation, this structure of matriarch and patriarch seems to be very commonplace. In the human realm, the mother figure cannot be excluded even from the beginning or even now, for without the mother figure, there be no procreation. Humanity will cease to exist. Thus, we institutionalize something called marriage to bring men and women together with many objectives. Amongst all of them, a priority objective is procreation, to perpetuate the human race. And the role and responsibility of the perpetuation of the human race lies in the hands of the mother. That alone explains to us the value, the importance, and the stage of reverence for mothers in society. For they are the ones who ensure the ongoing existence of the human race. From a clinical point of view, from the time of conception through gestation, when a child is conceived, the mother commits herself mentally, physically, and spiritually to the nurturing of that embryo or that being within her womb. In the Mahabharata, there is a discussion that is called Yaksha Prashan, where Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, and Sahadev, and who is the fifth Pandava? Naam? Yudhishthir. During the time of the Mahabharata war, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, and Sahadev were put under the trance of for lack of a better word, a ghost. Yudhishthir had an opportunity to relieve them from this state, but he had to answer some questions. And this katha is entitled from Mahabharata, Yaksha Prashan. And the ghost asked him, he says, of all the burdens in the world that mankind will carry, what is the greatest burden? And Yudhishthira responded, the greatest burden is to carry a babe in the womb for 9 months. No man can do that, by the way. So as such, women carries the greatest burden in the world. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. Because during that time of gestation, science concurs today, and our philosophy has told us, the nurturing of the psyche of that embryo starts from the state of mind of the mother. Whatever she intakes, her bodily intake, her sight intake, hearing intake, nostril intake, mental intake, all of it contributes to the nurturing of the embryo and ultimately the child. So the psyche or the persona is being framed to some degree and molded by the activity, mental, physical and state and spiritual of the mother during that 9 months period. Upon the delivery of the baby is physically connected to the mother by the umbilical cord. A direct connection. The connection that is the channel that nurtures all of the fluids and energy source to nurture the baby while the baby was in the mother's womb. And when the baby is removed and takes the first breath, the umbilical cord is disconnected. The umbilical cord is disconnected, but the mother doesn't become disconnected in the baby. For it's the milk of the mother's body that nurtures the baby and continues. Now again, whatever the mother is intaking is also nurturing the child from the milk of her body. It is very obvious for anyone who takes a moment to analyze that how important it is a mother is. But the realities are we rarely stop to do that analysis. It is like we take it for granted, the sun will shine, mothers will be there. And they'll always be there. But today, how many of you know when Mother's Day was established in North America? 1925. Give them a big hand, please. And where was it established first? In the United States? And how did it come about? According to that Rajan, I will take his word for it. One mother who had a mother passed away requested the government to honor mothers, and so it happened. But this is North America, 1925, and we are in 2014. Approximately 100 years later, it has become an institution in Western society that one day of the year, we do our best to make our mothers feel special. Do you think that's enough? It's like one day is Christmas and you get gifts and that's it. We'll wait until Christmas to come, right? So that's what Mother's Day. Okay, mother, we'll treat you nice on Mother's Day. After that, wait until next year. Is that what it's meant to be? When we understand all of the value of a mother, is that equitable return for the benefits we gain from mother? One day, we honor you and we treat you nice, we give you flowers, we buy you candies, we hug you, we kiss you, and we'll see you next year, Mom. Well, you see, it cannot be like Christmas or Valentine's. It cannot be those things because it is more than all of those things. And in Hinduism, of course, we don't have a special day for mother, right? Because every day is? Right. Every day is? So today is just one of those days of Mother's Days, but because we live in North America, someone has pointed it out. Today, it's pay a special attention to the mother, and we all do. But let me reiterate that we must pay special attention to mothers every day. Prem Sulsidapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. All the mothers of the world ki. Jai. It is very difficult to present a sermon or a message on Mother's Day because there is so much to talk about Mother's Day. And you know, all of our scriptures have some reference that of value of mother. But over the years, we become a very chauvinistic society. And even our scriptures started leaning away from giving reverence to mothers. And it started leaning towards giving reverence to fathers. I want to share with you some interesting information, how many you might notice or not. In the Jewish tradition, the child does not take the father's name. The lineage of a child is identified by the mother, not by the father. That is, in Hinduism, we say we'll take the father's name. In Judaism, it's the mother's name. And I'm led to believe that as we dig deeper into Hinduism, we'll find that that was also true in Hinduism. But over the years and the centuries that came to pass, when men became more chauvinistic and dominant, that was stricken from them. But Judaism and Hinduism are the two oldest religions in the world. And I cannot believe that they are that far apart when it comes to this mother relationship. Now, I make this reference for us to understand that over the ages, things might have been done in our society that when a girl gets married, she's considered to be ostracized from the family and she now belongs to become the property of someone else. That is how society degenerated, whereby women became chattel. And by the way, this is true in North America. In Canada, until about maybe 70 years ago, women did not have the right to own property in this country, in Canada. Before the Second World War, just around the Second World War, women did not have right to own property, and prior to that, they did not have the right to vote. So it tells you how society has digressed and evolved again, where women are fighting for rights in society to be recognized in the boardrooms and to be given the same right that they are capable of doing everything equally. In a native tradition, the women were given the responsibility of bringing children the word and burden of nurturing and feeding them, all native societies of the world. And as a matter of fact, all native societies of the world said the women held on to the purse string. Everybody know what I mean by the purse string, right? They control the money. And they were given the responsibility to determine all financial transactions. Even in our religious and our scriptures, it is there during the wedding ceremony when the Satvachan, when the wife makes a request, 7 requests to the husband. Amongst them, she says, Tirtha Bratodapanaya Gyadanam. Tirtha Bratodapanaya Gyadanam. Tirt Vrat Yagyadan. O husband, if you are about to go on a pilgrimage, if you are to make some austerity activities, to make some puja, dan, to give any gifts, all of these I must be consulted and I must give my acceptance before you can proceed. And of course the husband agrees on that day, because if he doesn't agree, he goes on with the bride. He agrees to all of these things and many other things. And he also agrees that even when he's doing anything pitri karaj, if he's doing anything on behalf of his relatives, even when they're departed, the wife must be included. But over the years, somehow or the other, we have come to this point of a chauvinistic state where no, women are not allowed to do that. It's the man who has to decide. And reality tells us the women have everything that nurtures and supports the ongoing society. Men cannot exist or could not be without women. Param Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. So my message today is very simple. All of us, men and women, must stop to reflect on the value of mother in our lives. We must accept that we could not be without mothers. We must accept that they are revered and must be continued to be revered, and that they are the source of that physical energy, that psychological upbringing, and the spiritual state that starts us off in the world. But once we reach the age of 12, 13, we start creating our own little psyche of ourselves. But even to then, the mother connection is still there. You know, they said, a man or a woman in their passing moment, there is one thing for sure that they may say is, "Oh Ma." Not even "Oh God." Ma. In danger, in difficulty, Ma comes out easy. And by the way, Ma is common in all societies. Amma, Ma is there. Whether you call the language, whatever language, this sound comes out at all times. So I leave you with this thought today, and I leave myself with this thought, that we cannot replace mothers. We can replace fathers, by the way. We cannot replace mothers. They are irreplaceable. They must always be held on the highest pedestal. And every person who's a potential mother must realize the greatness of their potentiality. Those who are young mothers must realize the greatness of the responsibility they have. And those who are mothers who are moving into the retirement age, you and I must cherish and honor their presence in our lives. Take these thoughts with us today, that there are three levels: the potential, the young, and those who are moving on in age. All have and should have our respect and reverence at all times. Prem Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. We cannot complete this Mother's Day pravachan without hearing some of those beautiful songs dedicated to mothers. So I don't know who's going to sing it today. Mass now. Anybody? I'll ask Indira to render this bhajan for us, please. Quickly, please. Let's give India a big hand, please. The reality is that as we listen to this song, we are all touched with emotions. And we reflect upon all the good things about Mother. Then within another hour, we'll all leave this mandir and we'll go off. And yes, we'll go home and still celebrate the day. But tomorrow dawns and is just another day. A mother has become just another person like every day. And that is one of the great wonders of human existence. That although we understand the value, we understand how precious this role is, we understand how divine this role is, that we give it casual reverence in our day-to-day lives. We should leave here today, yes, honoring mothers, but tomorrow morning when we rise, it should not be different in how we think of mothers. It must be the same way. Maybe the realities of life will pull us away from other activities that we may not be visible or present to them. But wherever we are, we must make the time to ensure that they know that we know that they are revered. To ensure that they know that we know that they are revered. We must not assume that they know. We must ensure that they know by our actions and words and thoughts towards them. Who's here for the first time in our mandir? Any newcomers today? Kaun pehle baar aaye hai? Any newcomers? One. Good. Give her a big hand, please. And those of you who are visiting us for the first time for this year, there are a few of you. Put your hands up, please. Don't be shy. Very good. Give those people a round of applause, please. It is a pleasure to have all of you here. And we want to let you know, those who are newcomers, that the mandir is open 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. And you're welcome to come at any time. There's all kinds of activities, so please avail yourself of that information. How many of you are receiving emails from us right now? Put your hands up, please. High up in the air. It's important. Actually, we're getting better. Good. Thank you. How many of you like to receive email but are not receiving it? Put your hands up, please. Oh, 5 of you. So that's good. Go to the office and let us know and we'll send you email. The others don't care, okay? So we'll be happy to take your emails and we'll send you emails. So we'll keep you informed. And for those of you who are visiting us after a long time away, we are happy to see you. We pray that God will keep you well until we see you again next year or sometime soon. And we look forward to seeing you. Those who come regularly, remember the summer is coming and we have lots of activity. We're looking for a team of people to help us with some landscaping. Now, let me clarify that. We don't want you to shovel dirt. I mean like major shoveling of dirt, okay? We don't want you to cut the grass. That's my job, okay? And I don't want to give that up to anybody else. We want you to come with ideas of how we can beautify the landscape with color, flowers, and decoration and arrangement. Now, how many of you have a desire to do this? Anybody? 1, 2, 2 people. Are you putting his hands up? I see somebody holding his hands up, right? Okay. You see his hand fell down, nobody's holding it up now. Right? Anybody? 2 people? Please put your hands up again. Okay, now, if you are interested, would you have some time to do this? Because interest is one thing, having time is the next thing. So he didn't put his hands up for having the time though. Okay, good. So you have interest and time. Thank you very much. Good. Well, can you all see me right afterwards? I want your name, phone number, date of birth, and any birthmarks on you. So that way we won't lose you, okay? Good. So you will work with me on this project? Thank you. Okay, give them a big hand, folks. And you too, young man. Is that the one who lives in Florida to put his hand up? Oh, that's very nice. So he's going to help me from Florida. So we need that team to do this, and we are having a volunteers recognition event soon, by the end of this month, whereby we'll be inviting all of those who have volunteered over the past to thank them for their efforts, and of course, to talk about new volunteering ventures. If you have a desire to get involved in volunteering and have not volunteered before, please go to the office and let them know you're interested in volunteering and give them your name, your phone number, and if you have an email address, so that we can invite you so that you can come and talk about it. Okay? We want to take this opportunity once a year to thank Peter Prasad and Sharon Prasad and their entire family for once again, I think this is how many years? 25 now? Where is it? 24? 24 years of consistency celebrating Mother's Day in grand style. Give them a big hand, please. Overshadowing, this activity is overshadowed some other great events. The birth celebration of our Vinderji. Give her a big hand, please. And one of our young ladies, Vanisha, is celebrating her birthday also. Giving a big hand, please. Anyone else celebrating your birthday? Last few days and the next 2 days? We wish you a happy, happy birthday. Baby is doing that. Give baby a big hand, please. Huh? And my mother-in-law celebrated her birthday over the last 2 days. Give her a big hand, please. Now, one day we'll have a little katha about value of mother-in-laws. I think mothers-in-laws have been maligned for so long. We need to straighten out that. Yes, that's right. Somebody has posted there should be a mother-in-law day. What do you think? Is that a good idea?
Mother-in-laws are mothers.
No, but we want to show them that they have different roles.
Krishy said there should be a Krishy day too.
Oh.
She said happy Krishy day.
But anyway, what do you all think about having a mother-in-law's days? How many think we should have that? Natraj and what else? Who else? 2, 3. I noticed the men are not putting up their hand at all. So, then we'll have to have a daughter-in-law's day. Or what about son-in-law's day?
Yeah, it'll never end.
There you go.
You know, nobody complains how son-in-laws are mistreated.
You're going over.
You know, right? Or because son-in-laws are treated nice, that is okay. But we will honor all of them. But whenever capacity mothers is, we should honor. Give the mothers a big hand again, please. And staying in line with tradition, all of the mothers who are here today will be receiving a beautiful rose or compliments of Peter and his family. And, you know, every year I look forward to this event because I get the opportunity, although I get the opportunity to put tilak in everybody's head every Sunday, but I get the opportunity to see that smile in the mother's face when they're recognized for that moment for being mothers. It is truly a joy, and I'm privileged that I see all of their faces. So I want to thank Peter for giving me this privilege and honor, and we will offer bhojan, and then we will be having bhajans, and we will be giving the mothers their roses. So I want you to, everybody plan to give the mothers of the world 15 minutes today, okay? 15 minutes belong to the mothers. So if anybody is in a rush to leave exactly at 12, we'll forgive you, but if you can, we'll stay for the mothers for 15 minutes, okay? Now, those who brought prashad, please come forward. Was there any other announcement? Huh? Oh, yes. The youths have a wonderful occasion today. I know some of them stayed up late last night and they toil over the stove and the mixer and things like that. They have a bake sale at the entrance of the banquet hall. They'll be greeting you with the sweet aroma of all of the wonderful food they have cooked, that their mothers cooked also, and so on. So please participate and patronize them for the things that they made. Walkathon is on the 31st of this month. We still need more supporters. Summer camp is taking registration now. And our golf tournament is on the 8th of June. Oh, summer soccer. All those parents with children between the age of 5 to 12. Danesh, stand up please. There he is. Danesh is the point man on this. He did a wonderful job last year. Give him a big hand, please. Thank you, Danesh. And our 21 nights yagna is on, and there's a Bhagavad Katha, many details, pamphlets are available. So please take that information. Jalaram Bapa Satsang is today at 4 to 6. And what?
Avo